Let's start with your name.
Yeah. Wouter from Holland.
Can you talk about your experiences here in Cuba?
I really love Cuba. It's, especially now you can see it's quite authentic, but it has got two phases. One is the socialistic part, and the other one is the part where everybody wants to make some money from the tourist. So the bigger part is the socialistic part, where people are authentic, friendly, like to talk to you, like to help you. So that is the biggest part. But you have to be aware of all the people working with tourists. For example, taxi drivers, where you have to pay normally one cook. They will charge like 10 cook if you're not agreeing in advance on the price of the trip. And also Casa Particular, they always want to make some extra money. So they sell you like trips, they sell you like tickets. But if you buy it on the street, it's much cheaper to do so. And you'll see that everybody is working with tourists are really people who are making a lot of money. And that is, to my opinion, more the capitalistic part of Cuba. So.
Did you want to talk about the food?
Everybody told me that the food in Cuba is quite plain because there's no import of ingredients. But you see a lot of Western-oriented restaurants popping up in a lot of places here. So I have had many good experience with the restaurants which are focused on the tourist. But if you really want to have a nice experience, you can trust also the really Casa Particular way of cooking, or just walk in a house of somebody and then they make some food. You just have to be aware with meat, and then it's fine. The biggest risk is the people who are mixing up, for example, rum with water, or people are mixing up some leftovers with your food. But if you take a little bit cautious, then it's really, I like it better at people places than in a restaurant, because restaurants is still the same as you can eat in Canada, in Holland, or in Italy. So
let's talk about security.
it's safe here. I think it's safe here. I was in Havana for 4 weeks, and yeah, they try to hustle you, but not on an aggressive way, but just selling you things that are more expensive, or they are not giving it to you. But I can walk alone on the streets. I don't have to bother about being robbed or something like that. And I think actually for girls it's the same. They're quite friendly, they are not aggressive, and they even like talking to you. So I think it's more safe than in Amsterdam for tourists to be here.
That's true.
It is.
That's true.
And what you see is like the tourists are quite protective. So for example, if they rob somebody and they're getting caught, it's for them 4 to 6 years of prison. So they are very cautious of robbing or assaulting people. Another thing for the girls, the Cuban people like Western girls, especially when you're blonde. So they will try to dance with you and flirt with you, and sometimes a little bit more persuasive than you are used to in Holland or Canada. Because the culture here is that the guy has to catch the girl, so they are quite not aggressive, but quite assertive to do so.
Can you talk about the Lonely Planet and the informations on?
I love the Lonely Planet because it gives you some guidance on where to be, what interesting things to see. But if you really want to experience authentic way of living for example, every country, then it's best to use this as a guidance, and then step off the paved path and just go for the things are not described in the Lonely Planet. For example, I was in Havana, and there was a nice Casa de Cerveza, a house of beer. They brew their own beer. It was not on the Lonely Planet, so I went there, only Cuban people, and then you see really how people live instead of acting for tourists. So use it as a guidance, use it as for recommendations. But then, if you have your place, you know how to travel, then just leave the book for what it is and just walk the streets when there's nothing described and go to the bars, not on the Lonely Planet.
Thank you very much. Anything you want to add?
If you go to Cuba, go now, because I'm a little bit afraid of the influence of America. They are opening the borders, so now it's time. I experience as quite authentic. It's nice, but maybe if they open the borders, it will change like in 5 years. Go now and enjoy.
¡Vamos allá! ¡Vamos arriba!